Because a logarithm solves for an exponent, we use those rules for exponents. Exponent said when we multiply like bases, we add the exponent. So we can rewrite this as log base 6 of 3 plus log base 6 of x. Okay? The second one. This is division and multiplication. So I'm going to deal with the numerator first. So log of 2 plus log of x. Ladies, I'm recording. If you need to go find an open room to have a discussion, you're welcome to. Okay? So this is multiplication, so I write it as addition. Then we have division. Now, the parentheses aren't critical here because we would go from left to right because it's addition or subtraction. But if the problem were very similar, but we had the reciprocal here, the parentheses would be needed. Because if it were written this way, we would do log of y minus log of 2 plus log of x. All right, this one. This becomes log of x to the 1/3. The cube root is the same as the 1/3 power. So if we were to expand this exponent, when you raise a power to a power, we rewrite it as multiplication. So that exponent would come out in front and become multiplication. All right, this one, we have to deal with all the numerator. So it's log base 5 of 2 plus log base 5 of x plus log base 5 of y. Now we deal with the denominator. Minus log base 5 of z. And once again, you could put parentheses, but they're not required here because we would work from left to right, and all this would naturally be in the numerator. Okay? The next problem, I'm going to change it to green so it doesn't get confused with the one before it. Guys, log base 2 of 8 plus log base 2 of x to the 4th plus log base 2 of y to the 6th. Now, log base 2 of 8 simplifies. A logarithm is an exponent. What power do we raise 2 to get 8? 3. So this simplifies to 3. Now, these exponents we can rewrite as multiplication. So this is what our final answer would look like. And you can either put the multiplication dot there or not. It means the same thing. It means multiplication whether or not it is there. All right, number 6. This we would rewrite as 8 times log of c plus 6 times log of d minus log of 100. This is the common log. What is the understood base?
10.
10. What power do I raise 10 to get 100? The second, yeah. So this last part here, log of 100, actually simplifies to 2. Okay, so make any corrections you need to make. Any questions on the first 6? Yes, ma'am.
So number 5, like when you named log 2 8 into 3, like why is it 3?
Okay, so a logarithm is an exponent, right? A logarithm equals an exponent. So this is the base, this is the answer. What power do I raise 2 to get 8? 3. Any other questions? All right, let's keep moving then. So, this one we're condensing, and whenever you see the word condense, that tells you you're going to write it as a single log, which means your answer will only have one log in it. That's it. So for this one, the 1/2 becomes an exponent, so we get log base 5 of x to the 1/2. The plus becomes times 3. Well, 1/2 power. 1/2 power is the same as a square root. So we would write this as 3 times the square root of x. Right? 1/2 power is a square root. So let me draw the little line in here real quick. If we were to do this on line paper, the only thing that should be slightly below the line is the 5. The 3 should actually be sitting on the line too. So it would be log, the 5 is a subscript, 3 root x. Log, 3 root x are all sitting on the line. Okay, so there's a line. All right, this 3 becomes an exponent. So it's log of x to the 3rd. This minus tells me that everything that follows is in the denominator. We're dividing. So everything that follows this minus goes in the denominator. So this 2 becomes an exponent, so there's a y squared in the denominator. And that 4 becomes an exponent, so it's times z to the 4th. So it's log of x cubed divided by y squared z to the 4th.
This literally makes 0 sense.
How do you know where the denominator goes? Because like I have it reversed.
Okay, so what follows the subtraction? Subtraction we rewrite as division, because when we divided like bases, we subtracted the exponents. So if we're bringing it back together, subtraction, anything follows subtraction would be division. So it's the x cubed divided by y squared z to the 4th. Anything that follows subtraction is part of division.
Fly yourself, Rose.
All right. James, how do we rewrite addition? Addition, when we're condensing it back, addition becomes, is it multiplication, division, or powers?
Multiplication.
Right. So addition becomes multiplication. So we're going to have log, if the Moby will agree with me, log base 3 of 4 times, now this is 2 log 3 of x. That 2 that is multiplied there came from the exponent. So it becomes 4 times x squared. A 2 out in front becomes an exponent. Now, anything that follows subtraction is part of division. Divide by 5. So you just got to do one little piece, then the next little piece, then the next little piece. We can't do it all at the same time because it is really overwhelming. Okay, so let's do it again. I forgot my little line on the last one. All right, let's do the first little piece. The first little piece is log of 56. But then it says plus. So plus is times. This 3 becomes an exponent. So it's 1/2 raised to the 3rd. This plus becomes times, and there's just a y.
You have to have that dot in there,
No.
so you can just be like
Yeah.
56.
Yeah. Okay.
So 1/2
Now,
would be a-
what is 1/2 to the 3rd? 1/8. And 56 times 1/8
So,
is like 56 over 8. How many
Why
times
is-
does 8 go into 56? 7. So this becomes log of 7y. Yes,
Can I
Chase?
attack?
I figured it out.
Okay.
I was wondering how 1/2 is, or 1/2 left over is 1/8.
Okay, you got it. Okay, so when we're condensing, when we're going backwards, these numbers that are multiplied out in front become exponents. So this becomes g to the 6th and h to the 6th. And the addition becomes multiplication. So it's log base 3 of g to the 6th times h to the 6th. Good.
I think I'm starting to get there.
Awesome.
That you just start
That's why we're
with
doing this for
big
3 days.
arrows. This is like
The arrows help?
there.
Okay. So this has nothing out in front, but this has a 3 out in front. So that 3 is going to become the exponent. So this becomes log of x, but this time it's subtraction. And what does subtraction become? Division. And then y to the 3rd.
So on these ones you only need one log.
Yes. Whenever the directions say condense, that means single log, 1 log. Okay. This a is going to end up having an exponent, but the b is not. So this becomes log base 4 of a to the 5th. Subtraction becomes division divided by b. All right. Exponent, exponent. Multiply, divide. So it becomes log base 5 of a to the 4th times b to the 20th divided by just c. Okay, the bottom section was review. The bottom section was just asking you to evaluate. This is a logarithm, a logarithm, a log, a log. A log equals an exponent, equals an exponent, equals an exponent, equals an exponent. So to evaluate, sometimes it's easiest if we switch forms. My base is 9. My exponent is x. My answer is 6561. I said you could use a table from another one of your sheets. If you did, you would have noticed that 6561 is 9 to the 4th power. So x is 4. Your answer is 4. Okay. This one becomes 8 to the x equals 2. Base to the exponent equals the answer. Well, 8, written as the same base, is 2 to the 3rd. And this is understood to be 2 to the 1st. So this is review. This is where we did 3x equals 1. So x equals 1/3. Once you have like bases, you set the exponents equal and solve. This is 1/5 to the x equals 25. So 5 to the negative 1st equals 5 squared. So negative x equals 2 and x equals negative 2. (343) to the x equals 1/7. From the chart, you could have read 343 is 7 to the 3rd, and this is 7 to the negative 1st. So 3x equals -1, and x equals -1/3.